When I was 19, I got my very first filmmaking gig, and it was to make a documentary for Down Syndrome New South Wales. While I was doing this documentary, I met one of the participants whose dream it was to be an actor. And so as a young filmmaker, I saw all this incredible potential in Jared. He was an amazing actor, an amazing performer, but I knew that our film industry wasn't going to give him a break. And it got me thinking that maybe the reason why there's no representation in our film and television could be a contributing factor to inequality for people with disabilities, because their stories just aren't being heard, they're not visible. And so with Jared, I ended up making a short film with him starring in the lead role. And in 2009, that film, Be My Brother, won Tropfest, Australia's largest short film festival, and Jared won Best Actor. And that was a real catalyst for what was to come with Bus Stop Films. It was the inciting incident for us creating Bus Stop. So in 2011, when we went on the journey to incorporate, I was 23 years old and just had this idea. And I just started to take the steps towards making that idea come to life, that idea of Bus Stop Films. And then once we were incorporated, it was just about sharing the story and the vision with people and finding the right people to come on the journey with me.
We are at AFTERS, the Australian Film and Television Radio School, where there's a program for people with a disability to learn filmmaking, and it's called Bus Stop Films.
The whole point to me of filmmaking is sharing and connecting with others. That's why I do it. And so here I get to work with students who are finding their own voices, who are building their confidence to the point where they can share their own perspectives.
For me, I'm going to film directing. I love that. Film directing is in my blood. That's my dream.
My favorite from the filmmaking is doing acting.
So our Accessible Film Studies curriculum basically does teach the same things that you would learn in a film school, but it's packaged in a way to help people understand universal learning design. It's also designed to produce transformational outcomes in the lives of our students. So to help them increase their English skills, their living skills, their social skills, and also work-ready skills which are transferable to other industries.
It helps us build our confidence to speak in front of many other people, which is a big thing, because some people with disabilities don't feel like they want to share their ideas with others.
I also perform at the Opera House time.
So in 2016, I learned about the amazing work of the Funding Network, and I really wanted to reach out to see if they could maybe assist Bus Stop Films. So I was coming to the Funding Network for a few needs, but one of the specific needs was to assist us to produce an online curriculum so that we could license it out to other organisations.
There are stigmas in our society that underestimate and devalue the capabilities of people with an intellectual disability, and that impacts on their ability to contribute meaningfully to our society. And guess how much that untapped potential is costing our government per year? $15 billion.
It was an amazing response from the room. We were really well supported, and we raised $66,000 that evening.
With your help, we're going to be able to continue to smash stigmas and increase and realise the potential of people with an intellectual disability. Thank you.
There's nothing really like this model anywhere else that I've experienced. It put me on a high for weeks afterwards. I was kind of running off the energy of the TFN room. So in 2011, when we incorporated, that's when I started my first filmmaking workshops. We started with 12 students. That was it, just me and 12 students. Today, we have 50 students that come to us every single week. We have students that study at the Australian Film, Television, Radio School, accessing world-class equipment there. We've got a program in Wollongong. We're about to start a program in Parramatta, and we're going to be starting a program in Mongolia. So the growth from that initial 12 to now is just incredible and blows my mind and the entire team's mind as well.
The benefits from bus stop films, for what I've seen, is not just the learning about films. It's simply not that. It's everything else, and it's the way that it kind of has a trickle-on effect into their daily lives. So I've seen students, they've gone from living at home and they're now into assisted living facilities, so they can live on their own now. They have that confidence. Students have applied for, been interviewed and successfully gotten new jobs and started new careers. And it's not the primary function of bus stop, but it's this beautiful knock-on effect that happens just because of being here and feeling heard and seen.
The biggest challenge that people with disabilities face are other people's low expectations. You know, when you're born with a disability, your parents are told from birth everything you won't be able to do. You know, there's no narrative about all the things you will be able to do. And my students come to me with that narrative drilled into them and into their parents as well, and it frustrates me so much, because why can't we just tell the narrative of what they will be able to do? Why can't we just encourage them and stand with them to achieve the things I know they can and reach their full human potential? And really, that's what bus stop is at the core. It is about helping people unlocking their human potential for themselves to see and the world to see.